been a little while since you guys have heard me and seen me in a lesson, but we had to get through the orchestra stuff first. So now we are ready to get back to all of our regular music, singing, moving, listening activities. Today I have two little activities for you. One, we will review the notes that we know, so, la, mi, and do, and we will learn a new one. Can you guess what it is? And we will also review something we learned in first grade called form. You might remember we did an activity with galloping and skipping and figuring out the different sections of a piece. Today we're going to review that and add a lot more movement. All you need for this music lesson is yourself and a lot of energy and maybe a little bit of space to move. So if you are ready, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to warm up our voices. I know that maybe you guys have not been singing a lot, so let's review how to find our gentle voices. First, if you are standing, that's great. If you're sitting, make sure that you're sitting very tall like me and repeat after me. Your turn. My turn. Whoop, 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 whoop. I hope our voices are warmed up. Let's review the notes that we already know. We have learned so far 4 solfa notes and hand signs. We have learned la, show me la. We have learned so, show me so. We have learned mi, show me mi. And we have learned do, show me do. I'm gonna sing some patterns using those 4 notes, and I would like you to repeat after me. So we're gonna sing 4 beat patterns. I sing, then you sing. Here we go. So, mi. So, la, so, mi. Do, do. So, mi, do. Do, mi, do, so. So, la, so, mi, do, do. So, mi, la, so, mi. Do, mi, so, mi. Mi, so, la, so. Mi, so. Soup! It's time for us to learn our new note. I hope that you guessed at the beginning of the video. If you didn't, that new note is re. Re is between do and mi. Can you do the hand signs for re? Show me re. Show me do. Mi. Re. Do. Re. Mi. So. La. Re. Mi. So. La. So. La. So. Re. Do. Re sounds like this. Re. Please repeat after me. Re, re, re. Re, 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 re. Do, re, mi. Mi, re, do. So, mi, re, do. Do, re, re, do. Do, re, mi, so. La, so. next week we will learn a song that includes re, and it's a really fun and funny song. So I hope that you can keep practicing re this week so that you're ready to sing it next week. Here are some of the patterns that you will find in the song. Please repeat after me once more. My turn, your turn. So, la, so, mi. So, la, so, re. So, la, so, re. So, la, so, mi. I hope you are masters of re now after this lesson. Now we're going to move on to our next movement activity. Here we go. Here we are. Let's talk about form. Form is really important in music because it talks about the structure of a song or the shape of a song. Every musical piece or every song has a structure that you can hear in the melodies of the music, and we call that form. So today we're going to listen to a piece of music and figure out the form together and add some movement. So like I said, form is the structure of a song. Music is divided into sections. Can you say sections? Sections. When we listen to the different sections of the music and we give them a name, then we come up with the full form of the song. We know that a new section has started in the piece of music because the music sounds a little bit different, and you will hear that today. Also, we use letters to name the different sections of the song. So for example, if the song has 2 sections and they are different, we will name the first section A and the second section B. You guessed it. So if the 2 sections are different, we call them A and B, and we're going to use capital letters. Now, if we have a song with 3 sections, and the first section is A and the second section is B, then we have to name the third one. If the third section is the same as the first one, we would name it A for A, B, A. If it is different, we would name it C, A, B, C. Today's song has 3 sections, plus an introduction. And the introduction is very short, and I will tell you when that comes, but we're not going to count that as one of the main sections. There's the introduction plus 3 sections, and those 3 sections repeat over and over again. We're going to listen to that right now, and I want you to listen very carefully to the melody of each one of those sections. When the melody changes, the section changes. So we're going to be figuring out together whether section 1, 2, and 3 are the same or whether they are all different from each other. Every time a new section starts, I want you to raise your hand and then put it back down. So in the introduction, hands on your lap, and when you hear a new section, raise your hand. So after the introduction, I will say section 1, we all raise our hands together and back down. Every time you hear the section changing, hands in the air. Try to do it by closing your eyes or maybe looking away from your device so that you're not looking at me. I want to see if you can do it on your own, and then check your work. Here we go. Introduction. Section 1. Section 2. Section 3. Back to section 1. Section 2 again. Section 3 again. Now let's see if you can raise your hand on your own on the sections. able to identify when the music changes and each new section begins. Now let's label all those sections. The first section we are always going to call A, capital A. And I added a triangle because shapes are fun. Hey, I'm smaller, hello. Next section, was it the same or was it different? Think about it for a second. It was different. So we're not going to call it A, we're going to call it B. And I also added a shape because shapes are fun, and it cannot be a triangle again because we already used triangle for A, and A is different than B, so we're going to use a circle this time. The third section was also completely different from A and B, so we're going to call that C. And because it is different, we are also going to use a different shape. In this song, the form is A, B, C, where all the sections are different and they repeat over and over and over again. Now let's go for the fun part. We're going to add movement to these three sections. So what I want you to do now is find somewhere in your home where you have space to freely move without hurting yourself or hurting others. And I want you to get ready to use your body to put it together with the music. What we're going to do is when you hear section A, we're going to do the Macarena. I hope you remember the Macarena. If you don't, let's practice it right now. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we go Macarena and we jump. Next up for section B, we are going to march through space. So Macarena, we stay static in one place, and for B, we march around the room to the beat. So put the beat on your feet. Looks like this. For section C, we are going to do chicken wings, also static. And always to the beat. We are ready to begin. Let's get started with the song. Here we go. March, 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 Section A. To do this without looking at the computer next. Just listening. Hope you guys enjoyed that and had fun moving and learning about form a little bit more. Your job now is to come up with your own movement for sections A, B, and C, and I want you to respond to this activity by creating a video of yourself dancing to the song and using your own movement. You only need to make sure that the movement for each one of the sections is completely different. And you need to have at least one movement where you stay in place and one movement where you move around the room. So for the third movement, you can choose whatever you want, whether it's static or where you move around. We call that locomotor movement. So it can be locomotor or non-locomotor, but you must have one of each. Be creative, have fun. You have the whole week until next Tuesday to post this, so don't feel like you have to do it right now. And I hope you have a lot of fun making these videos. I'll see you next week. Bye.